We are live.
Live for another edition of the show. And
Coming
Manny,
from the International House of Petty. Established from 1984? That's where you were born,
okay.
right?
Yeah. But are we going for when we were born or when the show was created?
When we were born, and you're the older one out of the two of us.
Ah, fine. But if we wanted to say that, we gotta go with Eric was born. That's 1980.
Yeah, but he's from the Petty adjacent. That's different.
Manny, I'm disappointed again with your thumbnail. Last week, I called you out. I said I can't accept this thumbnail because it doesn't have Rhea Ripley choking out Dominic Mysterio. This week, I'm disappointed because it doesn't have a beaten, battered, bruised domestic violence case of Dominic Mysterio being on full display on top of a Raw stage. I'm just saying,
I just can't do it.
Why not?
Because I feel bad for the kid. Because I want to be that kid.
There's only one way he's gonna be. Betty, you paid good money to be that kid instead of what you spent your money on this weekend and the photos you tried to take. What a waste.
I feel bad for him, and I'm clearly just stalling for time because I found images.
Oh, so now you're like, oh no, the air of my rays. Here we go. Close-ups of Dom Mysterio. There we go. That could be a thumbnail, although the Miz and AJ don't know what's happening there at all.
I've got a more disturbing one of Dawkins, actually, where I don't know what's actually going on.
For the record, if Lumis was a black man, he would have been shot on national television.
Look what's going on here.
Breaking his pinky. Give me the ring. Give me my damn ring. It's not your ring, man. You got the wrong guy. Give me the damn ring.
Okay, there will be a Rhea Ripley thumbnail by the end of the show. I'm not saying when, but by the end of the show, there will be one. So we'll be back right after this.
Tune in
this Sunday.
Manny, the quote a wise person, where do you get photos like this for the best of? There's always a new one. There's always a new Mandy. There's always a Nikita Lyons, who is now main roster bound.
Marcus, I did the exact same thing that I do normally for this show. I have backups. And more backups.
I'm really shocked you didn't go Bliss. Oh! First Trapper was on the road. The first Trapper, he has never had a month like the month of July in Thirst Trapping. He has never had a month like that. That was the hottest you've ever seen Manny get.
Well, see, I'll give you a little preview for this month's even best of show. I may have had a high temperature and having a fever dream when I was talking to Marcus, but suddenly Thirst Trapper Jones decided to take down the Batman, and that's all over the best of show. So it's only a matter of time that the thumbnails there have to be multiple thumbnails.
Yes. Now that the Batman has been eliminated in chapter 2 of the book, where the Batman goes down, and in chapter 3, the Batman rises again and takes down Thirst Trapper Jones. But we now live in Gotham City where Thirst Trapping is all over the place. You go outside, the Nikita Lyons billboards. You look on TV, you got Mandy Rose in the Toxic Attraction matches. No matter where you go, your email's filled with spam of random wrestling women from over the time. You got the Neidhart sisters constantly interrupting your YouTube feeds. The Thirst Trapper has all of Gotham City, and the Riddler is even puzzled by this.
The Riddles is asking Thirst Trapper Jones for tips.
Yeah. He said tits, Manny. I think he said tits. He did say tits.
Did I though? Did I? Or did you just think that?
Probably either way.
Have I thirst trapped so much that I do not even know what you are just expecting it now?
Yeah, man, you thirst trapped so much you turned the Joker into the jerker. That's what he is.
I can't stop, won't stop. So there are not really any real news stories for today's show other than like John Laurinaitis was fired quietly.
Happens.
WWE allegedly talking to Johnny Gargano or trying to. The word is they sent Shawn Michaels to try and grease the wheel for him. Hey Shawn, he loves you. He loves you.
Immediately, as soon as Triple H got power, fold. Hey Johnny, it's HB Shizzle. Shawn Michaels just wanted to know how you're doing and how's the baby going and is Candace okay? And you gonna come back? Come on, come back! Come back! I love you. I love you. Come back. And Johnny Wrestling, we need you. We need you back, damn it.
So let's just cover these and then we'll get into Raw. Tell Eric I watch Raw, and I have to apologize. Dawkins has vastly improved. He is no longer as Jannetty. He's a Christian. Hallelujah.
In what Twitter field did Dawkins make a dead dad joke about somebody?
He hasn't yet.
Coming soon. Coming soon to Dynamite.
Maybe his dead dad jokes are the jokes that he does about the Clippers, where it only offends a certain amount of certain audience.
If it's me, Manny, okay, how dare you? Okay, I don't want to come on this show and make fun of the Jets, the Knicks, Man United, or whatever.
You make fun of the Jets whenever you get a chance.
It's so easy, though. It's so easy.
You mentioned dysfunctional organization and you immediately go to the Jets when it clearly could be the WWE.
Hey, do I have a player fucking people moms on any of my teams, Benny? I do not.
I call that a fucking legend.
You would. I'm talking to Thirst Trapper Jones here. And the Jets screwed the Jets. Or make fun of the Jets.
So let's get into Monday Night Raw. Raw opens up with Bayley and Kai and Sky. And Corey Graves even called him Kai and Sky at one point.
He said several times, Kai is Sky, Kai is Sky. It really has clicked on.
It's becoming a thing.
I'm glad Corey has his composure back over the weekend. He seemed to be really upset about learning about Carmella's injury via Twitter.
Did you see the injury?
I think so. No, I didn't.
I saw a video of it. So do you know when Bianca goes to the middle rope, she slaps the butt and then does the flip over the other person?
Yeah.
Carmella caught the ass on the head and then rolled out the ring.
So it's the equivalent of the Jets butt fumble.
Yeah, so technically I think she actually has a butt concussion. Here at ButtCon. ButtCon 2022.
Those buns were made of steel. But
Bayley and Kai and Sky said they took care of Becky and Bianca. Took care of Becky and Bianca would be nothing without her. Last week they made a statement and then bringing back what they bringing back? The hunger.
Daddy Hunger. Yeah.
And then this ends in a brawl.
I don't know why Io Shirai had, or Io Sky, as she likes to be known as, had to bring in hunger. I was like, she's fully lost. She's gone. She's full evil now.
And I witnessed the most unimpressive dive into a pack in the crowd by Alexa Bliss. The worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was a crossbody, man. That's as far as she can get. She went, yee! You know she has no strong athletic ability.
Yeah, but it's not like it was from the top rope. It was from the barricade.
I know.
That's something,
And she had to climb it. She had to climb it. It took her like 5 minutes to climb it. Alexa Bliss climbing that barricade would be like me jumping over the Great Wall of China. She's that small. She had to like get a ladder.
This what she did was the effect of something me and you could do.
I hope so. But then again, I think I'll tear a knee. Again, I was established in 1984, Manny. My knees could go out at any moment going, damn it. There it is.
So we learned that there's going to be a 6-woman match at Clash at Castle, which means Bianca will not be defending the title.
I guess she deserves a break from title defenses. And, and that probably tells you that Bayley probably isn't 100% healthy. Or in the ring shape.
I think she needs to shake off like TV ring rust, I'm guessing.
Because you see Kai and Sky wrestling every week, but Bayley has yet to do anything. She's more of a
It's only been 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks, Marcus.
It's been 2 weeks. But Bayley has yet to step into the ring.
But Bayley is a main attraction. Kai and Sky aren't.
Bayley and all that red. I'm sure she's gonna pick a different color every week. Next week it got to be blue if she wants to continue with red, white, and blue kind of.
She wore the red better than Roman did last week.
I guess red means evil now because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Although if you're in the room with Ryan,
this is the original thirst trap of the show.
Yeah,
she hasn't done anything of importance. She hasn't done anything of importance to come back to return to that.
Yeah, in one of your backups, in one of the B sides of the thumbnail, you had her up there, Manny. You had her up there. This is her trying to get back. Yeah,
and that's Nikita Lyons trying to wizard it to happen.
Yeah, not only did Nikita Lyons wizard herself and this happening, she somehow magically put herself in the tournament with someone she's never teamed up with, never even interacted with on any basis. This bracket is a horrible tag team bracket, and I can't wait for Sasha and Naomi to attack whoever is in this bracket and win this.
In theory, there are only 2 tag teams in this.
Yes.
If Nikki Ash and Doudrop, you did the first one.
Yep.
And then the newly formed Io Sky and Dakota Kai, you could consider one. Everything else is makeshift.
Yeah, this is the most depressing tag team tournament I've ever seen in my life. And you people asked for this. You asked for this to come back. It was dead. I don't see why they couldn't go to the well of NXT and get the actual tag teams. Why couldn't we get the tag team champs? Why couldn't we get Toxic Attraction? Why couldn't we get Bird Lady and Bird Girl?
Bird Lady and Friend.
Yeah, sorry. Varus and Sanga's Ladies.
I think one's called you Leon. Can't say any Y thing. Ulisa Leon or something like that.
I got a Varus out of there. One of Varus.
Yeah, so I didn't understand that one bit. But Marcus, I did tell you I had a theory.
My theory is WWE is ripping off AEW. They had way too many brawls this week. Way too many brawls.
I do have a theory why GYV are now the schism on NXT.
Oh, why is that? The diet.
Because there can only be one grizzled young veteran. And that's Zoe Stark.
This isn't even a Thursday show for that joke. It's a Thursday show joke. Zoe Stark tunes in on Tuesdays to avoid jokes about her, and then you grab her. And then she comes in like, oh, why?
Her name was on the bracket. It means it opened up for a joke.
I'm just disappointed that it wasn't Lash Legend and Nikita Lyons, so I get the thick of the dead teaming up.
It should have been them. Or at least give me Tiffany Stratton with someone.
Yeah.
It just shows that they're getting eliminated first round, to be honest.
No, they're testing the waters. They're testing the waters with Nikita. You know they're just testing the waters with Nikita. Be like, so the people who watch guys go, oh, who's this big... Not black woman? I guess.
Watch this now. Watch the tweets. Watch the tweets when that happens on the national stage. Watch the tweets when that happens on Fox, because that's a SmackDown match.
Yeah, she's sitting on somebody's face. She's sitting on somebody's face. She's doing her move.
It better be Natty. It better be
She's
Natty,
doing the
and then collect
She's
them
doing the clam
views.
slam. She's doing the clam slam, the yam slam, whatever she calls it these days.
Raw. So we do get a match: Seth Rollins versus Dawkins. The match wasn't bad. It really wasn't that bad.
Dawkins is fighting for his fucking. I feel like when Dawkins is having matches, he's in R. Kelly mode, going, "I'm fighting for my fucking life, man." And Tess got thrown out for having I guess, a spaz out. Or whoa, you can't say that no more. I'm not gonna get Beyonce to this motherfucker. But for grabbing a chair and going after Rollins for whatever reason, he was really upset. Really upset. He also had he broke dance and had a stroke or something on the outside as well.
He hits the pedigree for the win. Hits the stomp after the bell. And then later on in the night, Seth does a riddle impression in the back, and then calls himself the gatekeeper for the industry. Anyone good has to go through him.
But if they win, or do they have to lose for his gatekeeping?
I don't know. And then he also says Riddle is great at flushing his potential down the toilet. If you don't believe me, ask Dana White.
Bro. Yeah, bro.
Finally, he says he better tell the people next week that he's hanging up the flip-flops, or he's going to have to Cody Rhodes his ass.
Which is now, I guess, a verb. Benny, better match, Dawkins or Ford against Rollins?
It's still Ford, but they were too similar. Actually, they were too similar. I kind of like the clash of styles. I think I enjoy. I think on paper, Dawkins was probably a better match.
I'm also going to agree with you. Dawkins had the better match against Seth Rollins. That's where I was going with the question. I wouldn't ask the question if I wasn't picking Dawkins, but I picked Dawkins. Damn it! This week Dawkins was his biggest career.
Edge tries to explain to Dominic that he didn't mean to spear him. Dominic shoves him. When Ray tries to convince him, Dominic isn't having none of it. You know me for 25 years, Dad. You know me for 25 years. You've known him for what? 2 minutes?
I know this man for over 20 years, son. He's a good man. You owe me for 25, goddammit. I'm your son. You should know me someone. Yeah, fuck this dude. You see what he does? He turns on you like a hat. Yeah, he's shit. He's a game. And then Dominic walked onto his own demise. It's just like in any horror movie. Stormed off bad. You just talking about things you don't understand. And he stormed off running down the hall. And I knew we would never see Dominic alive again.
I need to go collect something from downstairs, apparently. Someone's at my door. So you stalled. The next thing was Ezekiel and Kevin Owens.
Okay. Here I go. Stalling. This is the stalling song where people stall all the time. No, so the next segment was Kevin Owens and Ezekiel. And Kevin Owens, ladies and gentlemen, not a false alarm. Kevin Owens is back, and he is done with the nonsense. The prize fighter is back. He's back to killing people. He's back to powerbombing on the apron. Ezekiel never stood a chance. As soon as that bell rang, it was a license to kill. He had nothing but malice and pain in his heart. He was just going to destroy Ezekiel. And now that Ezekiel is dead, I'm assuming he's going to be written on TV. And next time you see him, he's back to being Elias. No more Ezekiel. No more Elron, who we never got to meet unless this is leading into Elron. But it's over. It's over. And that was the end of Zeke. I feel like that's how we're going to write him off. And he's not coming back. Kevin Owens was a monster. And he was smiling and he waved him goodbye. And this is the end. This is the end of Ezekiel. And you know what? If I can do the song.
I don't know what prompted you to start.
It's the death of Ezekiel.
Ain't that a great thing?
He's never coming back. He's never coming back.
Ain't that a great thing?
Elias is back since I wore the show. Next time you see that man, we're gonna be walking with Elias because you know what? Ezekiel's career is over. They're gonna say Kevin Owens ended his career, and
I need
Elias will
Elrond.
redeem
I need
him.
Elrond. I need
You
Elrond
never
before
get
we even.
Elrond. You're not getting Elrond Jensen.
I need Elrond just so I can get an in between between Ezekiel and then Elias. That could be his transition phase. That could be like his between looks phase. It'd be Elrond.
But I was saying that they ended the career of Ezekiel, and that's how I would sell the feud. Kevin Owens is back to being a vicious prize fighter and a scumbag. And you know what? He killed a person, killed a character, ended his career. He could always claim that for the end of his days. It'd be hilarious. I ended Ezekiel's career, and then he can easily just coast on that. And then Elias comes back to get revenge to continue the feud.
So what also happened was there's a car accident that happens behind the scenes, and no one on commentary makes any reference to it. So you can see here. No. You can see here there's a car accident right at the back.
I thought Jeff Hardy had
the car. Elias!
Elias, no.
The car's being loaded up at the back. And then,
that was my favorite one. I was like, what's going on? And then security storms by.
Yeah, and then security storms by this promo. And no one seems to flinch. They're like, oh, they just stopped what they were doing and then watched the security and then it just ended.
They looked, it was like, oh, that's weird. I love the downplaying of this because they kept all the intrigue in the world. It was just like randomness. As someone posted, the NXT parking lot has been called up to the main roster.
Yes. We get a decent match between Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio. Finn says tonight Rey Mysterio will find out why he is the danger.
So he's Finn Danger Balor.
Yeah. Oh, Austin Powers. Damian Priest challenges Edge in Toronto where he aims to end Edge. This match was given time. It was pretty good. The narrative throughout this match was that they didn't know where Dominic was.
Yep. And then, Edge eventually came out. Him and Priest had a nice little brawl where they fought off into the crowd and everything. That was nice. I enjoyed the energy that Edge brought to that because it looked like Priest had him and then he just put him over. I was like, oh
no. And then Rhea came out with a beaten up Dominic.
Yeah. He liked
distracted Rey for the win.
He had a smile on his face. Look at that. He came. Look at him. Look at him. It's all over himself.
Rhea, I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah. This is either the worst thing that has ever happened to Dominic or the best thing that's ever happened to Dominic.
It's the best thing to happen to Dominic. It gives us a reason to care about Dominic.
Yeah. I believe she broke his things down and fucked him in the ass tonight. I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. Yeah, just like, that's it. She's like, Dominic, I'm always strapped. Ah! What's the safety word? What's the safety word, Dominic? I don't remember. Ah! You're poppy.
So we get the first round of the women's tag match between Tamina and Dana Brooke versus Kai and Sky. This match was kind of just there.
It was on the verge of being horrible. You can tell EO has never been in the ring with Tamina as she was doing her open palm strikes in the most safest way. She was like, don't want to hurt you. 24/7 title still alive in the Triple H era. Still
not going away. So is this a Dominic losing his virginity story?
Nah, this is him realizing his true potential as a gift.
So we moved from something unimpressive to an actual impressive match, which was Bobby Lashley versus Ciampa. With exception to all the Miz involvement and stuff like that, this match was actually enjoyable. And then it was like the Ciampa of NXT.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the whole thing about it because it had the mysterious, the mystery of who's actually going to win this because it was back and forth. And when I went in this, I went, certainly it's Bobby Lashley. But the Ciampa promo on the back with the Miz and talk about he's dedicated to the Harley race and all that, to them coming out to the ring and the Miz doing all types of shenanigans. The turnbuckle being exposed by the Hill normally means that the Hill is going to win, being unnecessary. But Bobby kicked out several times.
Do you know why he kicked out Marcus?
Why is that?
Because is too powerful.
Not letting that go to wayside. But this is a really impressive match, and it's going to be a tough match to beat because I was on the edge of my seat going, oh, on every near fall and close finish. It's been a while since I've actually reacted like that. And I don't give a damn how many AEW title matches we've had over the recent weeks for random titles and matches where people kick out on two. Those matches aren't believable. Mace Warner is not going to become champion.
Well, it just makes me miss all the Ciampa and Johnny. Any Johnny Gargano match, because there's always false finishes in that. Always.
Yeah. Always. And you believe him. Like, for some reason, Johnny Gargano can suck you into that. Like, you go like, oh, he has no chance of beating Keith Lee. Oh! I almost got him. But, like, he'll draw you in. Also, when I brought up AEW, and I'm going to say it right, Takashka. Under Triple H's radar. And try to sign.
Do you know what, though? If done correctly, he could be a Japanese American Okada. Think about it. He's got the look, he's got the size. If done correctly, they could possibly make him as big as Okada.
Maybe. But it's the WWE. They can make him bigger than Okada, technically.
They could.
I think more people would know a WWE wrestler before they would know Okada.
They would, but I think Okada
Cat Titties was watching.
I think Okada's got his place in wrestling, though. I think there's enough people. If you went into the Wild, people would know about that. Because like, if you think about how many in the Wild Bullet Club shirts you see.
I saw somebody with a Bullet Club car.
What?
Like, yeah, they have Bullet Club on the side on their car doors, and the skull logo. And I was like, oh, what? This guy's serious.
Yeah,
I would not. And this guy's probably ain't arguing with me in some chat room right now.
Yeah, so I think it has the potential to be as big as Okada if done correctly, because they haven't done Nakamura any service.
No, well, we haven't seen what Japanese wrestlers do under the Triple H era. He didn't really take care of Kushida. Kushida did nothing. Well, he got injured.
The only one
Tommy was injured.
The only one he's kind of taken care of is Asuka.
Yeah, because no one's ready for Asuka. I mean, Shinsuke was taken care of in NXT, but he was only there for like less than a year, probably. Yeah. So we will see where the Asian American or Asian wrestler lands under the Triple H era. He seems to be taking care of EO.
Yeah, but we don't know how far. Like, we don't even know the contract status of EO.
But she had a good run in NXT.
Yeah. Then we get a squash match where Omos destroys two dudes. I like that Saxon said quietly, should we say a prayer for them? Yeah, Omos basically throws these guys around for a few minutes before he gets bored.
Yeah. When MVP's like, just pin him. He's like, oh, okay. I guess. One guy was in the corner at the bottom of the rope going, ooh.
Yeah. We get a decent match between Chad Gable and Dolph Ziggler.
They had a wrestling match.
Yeah, and Dolph gets a rare win.
I figured he was going to win, though. I mean...
No, Chad needs some wins, too. I'm going
to say, this was the only segment on the show that actually didn't have a storyline or nothing to go with it, right? Like, it has nothing... It just happened. It was the only thing on the show, which might be explained under the Triple H era. As everybody has what's going on.
Dolph is Cleveland, isn't he?
He is.
Cleveland, Ohio. And then we get AJ Styles versus Miz no DQ match. Which is kind of good.
It was good. I'll say Miz is on a good streak of having solid matches lately. And to continue with AJ here. And the main thing I was waiting for, as I was watching the match, I was like, can we get this match over with? Even though it was solid, I was enjoying everything. I wanted to know what was going on in the back with security and the car, and I wanted to see who was coming out. And I had theories all throughout the night. Who it could have been? It went from Johnny Drip Drip to, hey, it could even be Bray Wyatt or somebody, or even a Braun Strowman type.
Braun Strowman could be good.
Yeah, it had to be someone that's insane enough to crash the car and run in. And then I came to the conclusion it could only be one person. I had Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson coming after AJ Styles for revenge. For revenge. You could have saved us, AJ. You could have saved us.
But this doesn't make any sense. Why is Lumis coming out? Is Lumis connected to AJ Styles and The Miz, or just something completely new? Is
he just connected to just invading?
Is he just hijacking Raw?
Yeah. Could this be an invasion angle of the fired or the released WWE superstars? Similar to like the Honor No More or something like that.
So what I don't think can we just call them the release of the future endeavored?
The endeavors. The endeavors. This is the future you gave me, Hunter. This is what they gave us. But I can like this is how they should have did the what's that little boy group that led by Mustafa called? What were they called?
Retribution.
T-Bar. Yeah, Retribution with T-Bar and them. I think this is how they should have handled that. And my theory, personally, hot take, Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, this is the new Wyatt family coming back. It's a new Wyatt family.
I don't want that.
It's back.
I don't need that.
Too late, Manny. It's back.
But that was Raw. It was kind of an average episode of Raw. But like, yeah, good matches sprinkled here and there.
What I'm going to say is that they continue storylines for everybody. Like, it just seemed like everybody got a storyline going into it. And, you know, I like a good old-fashioned cliffhanger. That was a cliffhanger of going like, what is Dexter Lumis doing? What's going on?
So, Vince McMahon left. And at that point, Judgment Day was still trying to recruit Dominic. It's Triple H, the mastermind behind Rhea, beating up Dominic week after week. Are we giving him that credit?
I can't, because didn't she get Dominic before Vince left, or was that ongoing Vince?
I think she got Dominic before Vince left.
Yeah, I got Vince. I'm giving Vinnie Mac all the credit in the world.
Actually, no, because Triple H's first show
was injured. She was injured.
Triple H's first show was Madison Square Garden, wasn't it?
Yeah, he has all the credit because she was injured during the first Dominic attackings.
So yeah, Raw was okay. Not nothing to write home about.
I wouldn't say it didn't have the excitement or whatever of last week of anything can happen or whatnot, but it was a good show where seemed to get a lot of important things across. It was a continuation of storylines leading into the Clash. They're filling out the card, basically.
Yeah. I'm
thinking they keep a theory of... You just can't throw that out of nowhere. It's my pizza.
You're talking about? We're sponsored by Pizza Hut this week.
You can't just throw it out without saying it. It's my pizza. I don't know about you, but that white woman looked like she's in trouble.
In what way?
That's Keith Lee realizing that if he would have waited just a little bit, he could have been out of the Triple H era, and he wouldn't have been the Bearcat. It's getting more and more meta. I feel like there's one more picture that needs to happen. Keith, it's easy to point fun at him. I'm sure he's somewhere going, y'all need to stop fucking with me. But yeah, Raw was a solid show. It wasn't anything amazing. I wasn't completely hyped about it, but I did like the cliffhangers. I do like the continuation of the stories. I like that. I don't know if I can trust Dominic anymore.
Nah, you can still trust Dominic.
I feel like Dominic is going to come out one day. He's going to be beat up again, and Ray's going to fall for it. And then, low blow. And then it's like, why are you the beatings? He's like, I like them. Oh, shit.
Well, Ray did say he knows his son. Clearly not, if that's true. So yeah, I ain't got anything else to talk about. Actually, I've got a story about Tony Khan allegedly being difficult to work with again.
Oh, I saw that post and I even commented on it. Sources close to them. That could be anybody. I don't know who the source is.
Thing is, it could be any of them. It could be any of them because all of them talk.
Yeah, they don't shut up, but whatever. They say, oh, he's just as bad as Vince or whatever. He's yelling in their headset. You can't work with him. Whatever. Like, that's where I'm taking that. I take that with a grain of salt. Until someone publicly come out and say, like, Excalibur goes, yeah, man, my ears are bleeding because Tony Khan's yelled at me. It's like, sell it, damn it. He's ripping up scripts and all that. I'm at the whatever phase. That's where we're at with that for me.
So, yeah. So, that's the end of the show. Tune in tomorrow for ETE with Marcus and Jamal, where they cover more G1. That's still going on, right?
Manny, that ended 2 months ago. No, it's still going on. We're still in the middle of it. Yes.
And they continue to have a masturbatory fest over the national treasure, the most boring man in the world.
We have no. You should be happy that the only reason we will bring up Nick Aldis is that he's been stripped of his number one contender spot for Tyrus, which I don't think I'm happy about.
I don't know what else actually happened in wrestling this week.
I'm sure it's a lot, Manny. I'm sure it's a lot.
Well, I don't
tune in tomorrow to find out. That's what you tune in tomorrow for. That's what you tune in tomorrow for. What is going on in these mean streets of wrestling? What's going on in the underground basements of people's homes? And where will John Moxley show up and Blade next? Or whatever. But for sure, we're going to talk about some of the amazing G1 matches like Jonah and Okada, Shingo and Ospreay. Just terrific 5-star matches that should be checked out in the G1.
Yeah, so make sure you check that out. Me and Marcus are back on Thursday. Raw is Retro is back on Friday. And then Eric, not Florida Eric, we'll be back on Saturday.
Oh, man. Yeah, Saturday show did pretty well this week. People actually watched it. People actually watched the Saturday show.
But more people decided to watch Choppy Pee Pee last week. And I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I'm proud of that one. Great episode. Features Florida Eric. Speaking of a lot of the best material we have. Big Ross Man, Manny. It was a good collabo show. Yeah, features on there.
It ain't a collab when it's our channel.
It is a collab. It's a collab. It was. See, Raw's Retro, I like to think, is a Ross and Manny production. And then it features, you can throw in features of people in there. Like, oh shit, there's Marcus in there. It's like when Young Money, when Lil Wayne has Drake as a feature on this album. Like, oh, they're featured. They're part of the label.
And then don't forget, this Sunday, the best of show. You got the
Sunday,
cake on the left. And then Mandy Bros is eating the cake.
It might be a donut. But who knows?
So, yeah, make sure you tune in for all of that, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Wow, 38 minutes.
I was about to do the Roy's Retro outro. Bye!
Get all confused. But I can't believe we're done. We're done.
We were done at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll check you out later. Peace.